Good morning, or whatever time appropriate greeting it would be for whenever you're watching this. Welcome to the first episode of Josh Goes to the Parks. I am, of course, Josh, and I'm here at the Magic Kingdom on Memorial Day. We're going to see how this goes. So far, I'm in the process of missing my first Fast Pass because I stayed up a little too late and then slept in a little too late to make up for it. But still have two that should be good, and I don't know, the crowds aren't quite as bad as I would have expected, so we'll see how this goes. Line for the ferry over there is pretty long. This one's pretty short. Long line, short line. Long line, short line. So of course we're going with the short line.
Stairs are kept clear at all times, no silly expanding or pausing on the stairs. Once again, whichever deck you travel on, you will be getting off the boat at the other end. Magic Kingdom is open till 11 o'clock tonight.
We're already running a little late. I figured we would travel in style. You know, King of the World style. I've got to say, it's not as crowded as I was expecting. Truthfully, I made Fast Passes on Memorial Day without realizing it was Memorial Day, because it's one of those, you know, it doesn't really have a hard and fast date. It's just kind of like the last Monday of May, which I learned last week. So I made Fast Pass plans, and then realized it was going to be a nightmare, and came anyway because, you know, why not? And it's really not as bad as you would expect. I know a lot of Florida schools just got out for vacation this week. I know that I'm a teacher, and so, you know, this is kind of my little celebratory end of the year thing too. But I mean, granted, I just walked in, but it's not as bad as you would expect. Even going through the parade, it's really not that bad, all things considered. I mean, obviously it's a little tight getting through Main Street anytime you go through Main Street at this point, but it's really comparatively not as bad as I would expect for a Memorial Day weekend. Maybe the tropical storm scared people off, or maybe I mean, it's a little overcast, but overall, not regretting my decision right now. We'll see how that goes then. We're entering Adventureland, where I'm sure we'll have lots of adventures. Actually, I'm positive we'll have some type of adventure, because I've got an 11:45 Fast Pass for Jungle Cruise. So we'll at least have a little trek through a couple different jungles. 5-minute wait for Pirates, so I think I'm going to do that before I hop on my Jungle Cruise Fast Pass. Let's see if it's actually 35 minutes. What does it mean?
If ye be brave.
Officially Mermaid Race.
Now, you scurvy skunk! Do I hear 10? A hen for a 10!
I'll give you
20. To Paris and its many shiny rewards. As a career, it would be more rewarding. Drink out me hard show hose. I humbly accept this magnificence.
Alright, so just got off the Pirates, and it's the first time I've ridden it since they changed the redhead scene from the auction to just a regular treasure auction, like from the bride auction to the treasure auction. And I've got to say, I don't really see what the big deal is. People were kind of acting like they completely changed the ride, or like it, was, kind of somehow compromised the integrity of the ride. And I really didn't think that was the case. I think that, like anything, the parks have to, update with the times, and that scene was outdated. It's not a good look for Disney to have, people being auctioned off. And yeah, that's part of history. I'm a history teacher. I appreciate that more than anybody. But I just don't really think it was that big of a deal. I think that the new scene is fine. And I don't know, anybody who kind of disagrees, I think it's sort of being a big baby. I don't know. You can disagree with me if you want, if you want to take that up in the comments, I guess. But I just don't think it was that big of a deal. So, yeah, off to Jungle Cruise. It's the Jungle Cruise.
Your Disney cruise has arrived.
I've never seen it before, it doesn't really matter. My name is Whining Wilderness William, Jungle Boat Skipper, Alligator Wrestler, Snake Charmer, Lion Tamer, Bad Joke Teller. If you don't laugh at my bad jokes, swimming instructor. So, how many first time on the Jungle Cruise? Raise your hands high in the air. Wow, me too. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I proudly present the backside of water. Sometimes guys and jokes just run along. Wow, the man of the civilization of the devil starts to push up and disappear. There's a light at the end of the stone. Let's go towards it. And on the left appears to be our second celebrity sighting, the Golden Girl. Amazing. Well, we got something. Oh, this place is huge. I think we just...
Alright, so I just got off the Jungle Cruise, and probably one of the funnier run-throughs I've had in recent years. The skipper's name was William. So William, if you're watching this, which you're definitely not, great job. What was really interesting to me was that he actually talked inside the temple, which that's a first. I've never seen the skippers actually talk inside there, which could mean that, it's just they usually don't, or it could be that that's a recent change. I'm not quite sure, but I liked it. It was pretty funny. Good ride through. I'm actually going to sit down and eat lunch. I packed lunch because, Disney food, expensive. So I'm being joined for lunch by a feathered friend. No, come back. Anytime anybody asks me what a good tip for saving money at Disney is, the biggest thing I always tell them is pack your lunch. I usually do one meal actually at the parks, and I bring my lunch because, it does get expensive. And, PB&J's not so bad. Keeps cold. Brought my own Coke. Gotta share it with a tailgater, so if anybody knows any, tell them I've got some Coke for them. One other thing I want to point out just while I'm here, I guess, is that this is a pretty sweet spot to just kind of hang out and chill and eat your lunch. I'm over behind, what am I behind? I think the Christmas shop is over this way, but I don't think I'm actually on the back of the Christmas shop. If you know where the pavilion that Mary Poppins meets at, it's like right there. I'm behind that. So yeah, if you're looking for a quiet spot to eat lunch, this may be a spot. So the wait is 40 minutes, and as much as I love the Haunted Mansion, I just don't know that I feel like waiting 40 minutes for anything today. So I might just go check out the gift shop instead, because that's probably my favorite gift shop, at least my favorite ride specific gift. So here's some of the cool stuff they have. Shirts glow in the dark. Pretty neat. Some cool mugs. Same thing. Oh, you're fine. Always like this shirt too. Now, I love these. They're socks of the portraits, which is a pretty cool idea. How much? $14, not bad. Mansion having the weight it does, and really not having that much longer till my fast pass. I think I'm just gonna kind of walk around and see what all is going on in the park today. Not really feeling any particular urge to like ride everything. You know, it's not a super far drive for me, and I am meeting up with a friend in a little bit, so I don't want to get too involved in any lines and then end up throwing off plans. So yeah, let's just walk around and see the sights and sounds of the Magic Kingdom on Memorial Day, on a surprisingly light Memorial Day. So here's how you know it's kind of light today. We can actually walk through Fantasyland without plowing over people. This basically never happens for me. So this is nice. This is literally the least stressful walk through Fantasyland I have ever had. I'm so happy right now. Excuse me. Oh man. So this one's new for me. It looks like they're doing some work on the carousel, so they've got this cool, kind of weird tent over it. I haven't been here since they put this up. I know it's been up for a little while. It's just been a minute since I've made it out to Magic Kingdom, but weird. Curious to see what it's going to look like when it's done. It's a nice shot of the back side of the castle too. I for a long time thought this ride was way overrated, because, oh, here they go. Whoa! Whoa! Look at them go. The first time I rode this was on what I think was the last 24-hour Disney day they did, which was like 2014 maybe? That sounds about right. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I waited for almost 3 hours to ride this, and I don't remember really most of the ride because I was so delirious by that point. We had stayed the entire 24 hours. But I rode it again not too long ago. Managed to get a fast pass miraculously, and they actually let us use it like 2 hours late, which was really cool. But after riding it a second time and not having to wait 3 hours and not being basically asleep the entire time, it was actually a pretty fun ride. I don't know that it's worth the wait that it has ever, but oh, here they go again. Whoa! You go, people! Woo! So yeah, not necessarily worth the super long wait it gets, but for, you know, a short wait, definitely a pretty fun ride. Especially, really, for the animatronics alone, it's worth checking out. Just not for like the hour-and-a-half, 2 hour wait again. Alright, I don't know if I'm gonna get over there in time, but there's something pretty cool up here in Storybook Circuit. The world of tomorrow. Okay, so maybe it's actually a land. It's the land of tomorrow. It's Tomorrowland. I think I'm gonna try to get on the People Mover. To be brave and try to record riding Big Thunder. So I'm gonna put my case on to get a little better holder on it.
Let's rodeo!
Big Thunder's done. Big Thunder was as wonderful as always. The crowds are starting to pick up a little bit, as is the heat. Splash Mountain's wait is like 105 minutes, and I just can't do that. So, I'm gonna go look and see what the Fast Pass line looks like for Winnie the Pooh, and then may check out one of the gift shops, and then wrap up this part of the day here at Magic Kingdom. Yeah, don't freak out, but there's a bear loose in Magic Kingdom. Oh God, he's coming right for me. I think I've decided to skip Winnie the Pooh, actually. Yeah, Fast Pass doesn't start till 2:30, and to be honest, kind of boiling. It's not as hot as it's gonna be this summer. It's still pretty hot, and I kind of just want to drink my Coca-Cola that I brought with me and peruse the gift shop, and then start heading over towards Epcot and do all that fun stuff over there. So off to the gift shop it is. Alright, so we're going to cut through Casey's Corner and check out the gift shop now, after smelling these delicious hot dogs first. You can't smell them through the camera, obviously, but they smell pretty delicious, I gotta say. Chippendale socks. Pretty cool. Maleficent socks. Pretty evil. See, I love these vintage looking ride shirts they've got. The really cool Tiki Room one. They've got a very cool Space Mountain shirt. There's a Jungle Cruise one I have somewhere. Pirates one down this way. Pretty cool. Disney's kind of stepping up their game with their shirts lately. I say that, and then they make a shirt like that that's like super over-designed and kind of looks like they made the print way too big. Like, shrink that down and just have it in the center of the shirt, it's fine, but like, it's all over the shoulder. I don't know. You guys might like that. I personally don't. I'm a simpler kind of guy. The view of Main Street's pretty awesome always, so before we head out, let's take one quick look at what's going on Main Street. I swear I didn't know that was about to happen, but that was pretty cool. So, as I'm getting ready to head over to Epcot, just wanted to stop and take a second to appreciate just Main Street. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool when you can just walk into a place and just automatically kind of feel the, this sounds so corny, but like the magic, I guess. And that's kind of what happens every time you walk into Main Street. It sort of feels like you're walking into a different time, different place, and I don't know, it's just tough to be in a bad mood here. So, yeah, I guess that's about all I got for Magic Kingdom today. I'm gonna head over to Epcot. I'm actually going to sign off now though, because, you know, gotta leave some content for future episodes. Ooh. But hope you guys enjoyed. There will be more to come. So I'm Josh. This has been Josh Goes to the Parks.